Let him go, sir. Let him go.
Welcome back to Moose on Loose. My name's David. Today we'll be talking about how the carbon tax increase that happened April 1st, Justin Trudeau did to us, how it's actually affecting Canadians. And while we're doing that, we're going to climb up there. It's been 20 days since the carbon tax was increased by 23%, and now we've been waiting. What's happening with it? Are the prices going up or are they not? Because this is something that has to trickle down, right? Once the businesses start feeling the cost of that, every time they fuel up their trucks and have to drive it to the grocery store, every time they fuel it up, they have to drive it to the warehouse or the factory or whatever, every time they have to go pick up lumber and different supplies and all that kind of stuff, it's going to take some time. Just yesterday, Canada saw a record increase in gas price, going up 22 cents per litre overnight. Now, this isn't the case across Canada, but this happened in Ontario, but it's gone up everywhere. And we all know once the carbon tax increased overnight with gas prices in $2.14 in Vancouver, it's $2.03, $2.04 where I'm at here on Vancouver Island. Now the woke left are blaming the Conservatives for this. Written on Twitter here says gas went up 9 cents in a matter of a few minutes. Conservative managed oil and gas companies are screwing us. And then it shows a picture here. Basically, gas prices went from $1.51 to $1.73. Ontario Premier Doug Ford said, "It is disgusting what the oil companies are doing. They're saying we have to upgrade the gas in the summer. Do you let your tanks at the gas stations drain? Do you have these tankers come up to put in fresh gas, or are you using the old gas and charging the higher cost?" He continued. "Either you're putting in the fresh stuff in last month or you're gouging the people right now." With some data here from Gas Buddy, on a 120-month average, basically the United States gas price average is a little bit high for right now, but it's averaged off at a 0.94, so 94 cents per litre. And this is on par with their 10-year average, where Canadians are paying 40 cents more. In comparison, that same average should be $1.35 in Canada, but today it's $1.75 with Justin Trudeau. A side note, check out this sick mountain bike jump. These guys are crazy. Another thing to note about the carbon tax, I've been paying attention to the grocery stores. Just yesterday, I saw the price of frozen fruit skyrocket from $3.89 up to $5.46. And that's, if you do the math on it, that's a 19% increase. How much did the carbon tax go up by? 23%. I'm not saying that's directly correlated, but I'm sure it's definitely related to that, because when the trucks have to bring in that fruit to Walmart, and they're now gassing up at a 23% higher rate of carbon tax, not of total cost, but that extra total 17 cents a litre, 7 cents increase, etc. That really adds up, and so they just pass that along to us.
I have to show you guys something. This trucker posted his receipt to show how much he pays in carbon tax, and oh my gosh, okay. So $41.69.93 is what he paid. Can you guess how much tax he pays on top of that? That's over $2,500 just in taxes. Well, guess who's going to have to compensate for that additional $2,500? The consumer.
Who?
On everything you purchase. We're going downhill real quick.
I'm just at the top now, and it's absolutely crazy out here. Look at this. Stormy. It's dumping rain everywhere, but not where I'm at currently. I should probably get off this mountain. Originally, I was going to take you guys up this front wall, but it was wet, so there was probably a 50% chance of falling to my grim death going down that way, up that way. So we'll save that one for another one. But a few other examples here of produce going up in the grocery store. Justin Trudeau and the Liberals want to deny that the carbon tax is doing anything to the cost of food. But how can you can see with that $2,500 that trucker has to pay for just the taxes. It's unreal. Really, in this country, we should have the opposite. Truckers shouldn't have to pay any taxes on transporting our goods. That would make everything cheaper, and thus our economy would boom more. We'd have people making more things. We'd have more inventors. We'd have more entrepreneurs. It would just make everything come full circle. But then again, that would result in less money for the Liberals to pocket themselves and spend on frivolous things and give their family, $50,000, $80,000 salaries, like through the We Charity and like scammy crap like that. It doesn't matter which hole you dig into, you find stuff. It's like, oh, they spent money on their kids' diving lessons and swim lessons from taxpayer dollars. It's just everywhere. Next up, we got a clip here of a woman spending $220 on a few groceries. This is way too often. You see this every single day on Twitter. There's just, people are getting run into the ground by these costs.
Somebody please tell me how the hell this small amount of stuff just came to $218. How? Somebody tell me. This was literally 3 bags of groceries. 3 bags. $218? Like, are you joking? Guys, this is not okay anymore. Like, we have a serious problem here in Canada. Like, why? Why is this happening? This isn't even gonna last, not even 5 days. $200, $220, not even 4 to 5 days that's gonna last. And that's only for 2 people. Like, this is not. We need help in Canada. Hello, somebody.
I remember when $220 was, you went to a Costco and you got a big haul of food. You had big boxes full of food. That's $220, you just fill that into 1 or 2 reusable bags now. Obviously, the grocery prices in Canada are not just the carbon tax. We've got guys like Galen Weston who run these huge monopolies on the whole business, and then, you know, increasing a few prices here and there, just jacking all the prices just a little bit causes catastrophic increases across the entire thing and tons more profits for him. That little man-child, yeah, I'm sure wants a new yacht, but I think that's going to come back to bite him in the butt, him and all the other CEOs. What I'm talking about is there's someone organizing a National Steal from Loblaws Day on May 12th. There's flyers going around where people are going to collectively steal from Loblaws. That's the state of Canada right now. If that doesn't send a signal to the government of Canada, to Justin Trudeau and the Liberals and Galen Weston, it's time to wake up. And the reason for that is not just because, oh, say one day a bunch of people show up and try to rob the place. They'll probably bring in a lot more security for that day now that that's out and about and people see that. But what that does is it breaks that film. It breaks that notion that people who once wouldn't steal, they're like, well, I did it once, it's okay. It's just neurobiology. When your brain makes those connections, that neural connection of like, oh, I stole something, but nothing happened, it was okay, then the reward center then flares up and it's like, oh, okay, well, might as well do that again. I can take that loaf of bread and, you know, those $7 and I didn't have to pay for it. So now I'm ahead $7. I'm not struggling as bad to pay for food. This is what's going to happen in Canada. Watch out. It's going to become a slippery slope where people are going to go into grocery stores and just start taking stuff.
Let it go, sir. Let him go. Let it go. Let him go. Let him go, sir. Let him go out. Sir, let it go. Let it go.
This will be the downfall, the slide of Canada into a third world nation. A perfect example of this, if you look in San Francisco, they have the laws there are so woke that basically if people go and steal stuff, the cops don't do anything. And so all the businesses of downtown San Francisco, basically most of San Francisco, they have bars on the doors, on the glass, so people can't break in, and people still break in and steal stuff. And how's that affected San Francisco? Well, businesses are moving out, people are leaving, it's become an absolute hellhole. And this here is the fundamental problem of having a prime minister driven by ideology and not facts and reason and numbers and math, you know, that thing he's not good at, by simply cutting the carbon tax, sitting down with Galen Weston and all the other schmucks at the top of the grocery companies. They could say like, okay, we can reverse this right away, but they won't do that. Trudeau won't do that. He's far too narcissistic and has other sinister plans for us. And Galen and all the other guys like him, they're all just taking advantage of it. One thing I do notice, seeing all these videos on Twitter of people buying groceries. A lot of people don't know how to buy groceries at the best price. So I will make a video on this channel that I will go to the shops and I'll rebuy a lot of those same things and show how much money I can save doing it. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have seen stark price increases on specific products. For me, I noticed that one of the frozen fruit, that was just is sharp. It was like overnight. I was in the Walmart one day and then it was literally the next day and the price just went right up 19%, like $1 or whatever it was, $1.50, $1.40. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys have seen go sharply up in price. Well, it seems like there's no end to this. There is an end to this and it's October of 2025. So hang in there. We'll keep fighting for freedom. I'll see you guys in the next one.